Today in Canada, this week has been beautiful. Temperatures have been above freezing. The ice is melted, and I got in there and cleaned some filters. Look at that turtle. He almost looks real. And I've got a ball spinning in the waterway coming from the bottom pond. There's a hose there, and it's creating a little vortex here where the hornwort and other plant material can spin freely. Changed up the water flow, and down in the bottom pond, still need to clean that filter. I'll get to it tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be another nice day. And then it'll get cold and snowy for a day, but then it won't be too bad. The temperatures will be above freezing next week too, although they won't be as warm as they were this week. And the hornwort was out earlier. You could see it better when the sun was shining. But over here you can see some of the hornwort that's spinning in the middle pond. And I moved all the dead stalks from the yellow flag and pushed it all on top of the clump. That way the snow can fall over it and it'll better winter. And there's a fish down there in the weeds hiding. It's a goldfish, and there's some koi down there too. They like to hide under the yellow flag. There's a couple koi right there's one koi and 3 goldfish. The rest were out earlier today. Poppy sniffing about. And the marsh marigold wants to grow again. Here is some aquatic mint. And it's not allowed to take over this beautiful little area for moss. Aquatic mint's not supposed to be in there. It'll choke out my moss. I'll have to weed it out. There's a frog in there. Frog in the moss. Oh look, there's some duckweed. Look at that beautiful moss. I'm topping up the pond system. I just gently let the water trickle in. Remember, it is December. There's the water coming from the top pond. There's the water drop. And the filters are cleaned. The sun's not shining, so it's harder to see. And in the top pond, I have got that ball over there spinning. Again, moving stuff around. I cleaned out the filters that pump the water to the top pond here. And I added, raised the hose there and added the ball to spin. To create a push. I could not imagine not having flowing running water all winter. The pond would just be a mess. Like the fish immediately, as soon as just cleaning out the filters. Look at the beautiful hornwort that you can have in Canada, zone 2-3, with the koi. After a while, the koi won't eat it all. You can get some growing in the lower goldfish ponds or in other areas and throw the excess, and eventually they'll get tired of eating it all the time. Some leaves in there. Keep it spinning and well groomed. Look at how beautiful. The hornwort grows the best out in the pond here. And you can see we had that, the pond was covered in ice just a couple weeks ago. In November, we had the really cold, -25, and everything was freezing, although I had the hoses lowered then. But now I raise them and clean the filters because it's nice week. Simulate like a natural spring runoff in the middle of the winter. Well, that's okay too, because you could get warming periods and the creeks, the flow changes in during different times of the year. And I try to keep it like in accordance with nature. So it's a little stirred up because I clean the filters, and I disturb the movement by adjusting the water flow just to get the hornwort spinning again. And immediately the fish started to come back to life and move around more. If your fish are looking sluggish, yes, I know it is winter technically, but it's been nice out. It's been plus 10 degrees Celsius for the last few days in the daytime and barely freezing at night. So I'm not going to leave the big koi to sit there all lethargic and in a mess. So I keep the pumps running year round. And on nice periods in the winter, get in there, clean the filters, net out the bottom, get the leaves that blew in from the storm from the day before, and change the direction of the flow. Although if it gets cold again, yeah, I'll take the spinning balls away and lower the hoses so there's less splash and quiet the flow. Although the water will still be flowing the same, it's just I will quieten the flow. And that's the goldfish pond. And that's today on a beautiful day. Except for there's nothing growing because everything died from the minus 25. So, just a beautiful day. I wanted to get out here and share it. I got to get working on my greenhouse a little bit at a time, but the garbage can is completely full and the garbage man won't be here for another few days. I can hide the hoses. If I had a bigger stick, I could hide the hoses like that. But I like to be able to access my hoses, and I can change that hose, the direction of the flow if I wish as well. But right now the one hose raised, creating a disturbance on the surface of the water, is good enough, and the fish have perked up and their koi are swimming about. And I do not worry about ice cold water. I worry about the koi not getting enough water circulation and clean water. So that's why I keep the pumps running. Those koi are big and they're old. I don't want to lose them now. We've been together since 1991. So but tomorrow the water will go back to being crystal clear. It's just that I stirred everything up, but it's good. Change the direction of the flow of the water, and you'll get rid of junk piled up at the bottom and sweep it downstream into the marshes and into the filters. And that is a beautiful day in Canada.